viewer, welcome to the implementation part of our project. You have watched the background of our final year project, which is an Android application named as Alzheimer. I am now going to demonstrate you about its actual implementation. Since you know that the aim of Alzheimer is to not only help the patient in managing its daily life activities, but to also provide the caregiver with a handy tool to assist its patient and take care of him. So therefore, the app has two separate interfaces, one for the patient and the other one for the caregiver, as you can see on the screen. Let me first give you a quick demo of caregiver interface. So by clicking on Login as Caregiver button, you will be prompted to provide the credentials. To obtain those credentials, you have to first register yourself as a caregiver. So let's go to the registration activity of the caregiver. In this registration activity, you have to provide the email, password, mobile number, and then finally the email and mobile number of the patient he is going to assist. So let me first provide all the input parameters and then we will continue. So as you can see that I have provided all the required parameters to register a caregiver. So let's sign up. Please remember that this sign up is a one-time action and the next time the caregiver will be able to sign in using the login activity. So now this is the dashboard of caregiver interface where he or she can set the pill reminders for the patient, track location of the patient and call the patient. The caregiver is also provided with a guide about 7 stages of Alzheimer's. Using the mic provided below, the caregiver will be able to navigate through features of the app using voice inputs. Lastly, from the navigation menu, the caregiver can read about the Alzheimer application and also can sign out from the account by its own will. Let's now log out from the caregiver interface and let me introduce you to the patient interface. So similarly as caregiver interface, the patient also has to first register itself by providing the credentials. So first click on the Login as Patient button and then register for a valid account. You can see that the patient has to provide its full name, email, password, mobile number, the caregiver's email and the caregiver's mobile number. So let me first input all the parameters and register a patient and then we will continue. As you can see that I have provided all the input parameters required to register a patient. So let's sign up. The patient sign up is also a one-time action to register a patient and the next time the patient can be logged in using the login activity. After the successful registration of the patient will also have a dashboard of features. As you can see on the screen, the patient can use it to recognize someone using face recognition, ask related queries from the chatbot, look for its pill reminders which were set by the caregiver. Not to forget, patient will also receive a notification at the time of its medicine. The patient can make paintings, call caregiver and play games too. The mic below can be used to navigate through the features using voice commands. And finally, the navigation menu is provided to the patient to enable its location tracking. This location tracking enabling will be used by the caregiver to locate him. Then the patient can also read about our app Alzheimer and then he can sign out from the app if he wants. So let's log out from the app. Let us first explore the feature of pill reminder. So let's log in from the caregiver interface to set the reminders. As I have already mentioned that the pill reminders will be set by the caregiver for the patient. So right now I am on the dashboard of caregiver. To set the pill reminders, I am clicking on the set pill reminder option and now I am going to click on the bell icon to set the reminders. Here in this dialog box, I have to write here the medicine taking message. So let's write that. And now I have to choose the date and time for the reminder. After choosing the date and time, I have to click the add reminder button, and as you can see, the reminder has been set for the patient. Using the same practice, one can set as many reminders as one wants. As of now, you can observe from the screen that for a quick demo, I have set 2 pill reminders for the patient. So now let's log out from the caregiver interface. And now the next thing you will see will be from the patient's interface receiving the reminders. As you have seen that the patient has enabled its location tracking from its device, the caregiver is now able to locate him from anywhere. To locate the patient, I am clicking on track location, and now I will enter the device ID of the patient, which we have set to be the email address of the patient. Now after entering the ID, I am clicking on track location button to finally locate the patient. Now you can see that the patient has been tracked and the map is now showing his or her current location. So now let's explore the next feature. The next feature of the caregiver module is to call the patient. So let's log in as caregiver once again. Now I am from the dashboard of the caregiver going to click on the call patient option. This feature will fetch the provided contact number of patient from Firebase database and will dial the call. So let's click and see what happens. As you just observed that the call has been successfully dialed to the patient. So let's move forward to the next feature. Now we are going to explore the final feature of the caregiver interface, which is to read about the 7 stages of Alzheimer's disease. So let's click on the last card, and there you go. This activity will show you a guide about the 7 stages of Alzheimer's and their symptoms. So this is the last feature of the caregiver interface, and now we are done with the caregiver interface. The next thing you will see will be the exploration of the patient's module. So see you there. So now let's explore the face recognition feature of patient module. To do that, I am clicking on Recognize a Face feature from the dashboard. This will lead me to an activity which gives me 2 options. First is to register a face, and the second is to recognize a face, as you can see on the screen. To recognize a face, it is necessary to register it by providing at least 2 pictures of the person. So for a quick demo, I have already registered some of the celebrity pictures, and now I am going to recognize them. So let's take a picture of one of the celebrity. You you can see that the celebrity is Daniel and the picture has been recognized. Let's recognize another celebrity. You can see that this celebrity has also been recognized as Tom, as I have trained the model. So let's go to explore the next feature. So now let me introduce you to the chatbot feature of patient module. This chatbot, who we named as Dobby, is an artificially empowered chatbot trained to answer the queries of the patient. So let's ask a few questions from Dobby. Another question. Yet another question. And now finally one more question before we wrap up this demo. So yes, this was a short demo of chatbot Dobby. Let's now explore the feature of voice navigation through the app. To give a demo of this feature, I am going to open the face recognition activity and the painting activity using voice recognition. So let's go.
Open face recognition. Open painting.
So here in the patient module, as part of fun activities, we have provided the feature of painting in app. So let's try that. Here I can change the background color and draw anything that I want. I can also change the size of the brush, and then I can also use the eraser if I want, and finally I can save it by providing a name to it. I can also start a new painting by clicking on this icon and can make another painting too. As you have already seen in the caregiver module that the caregiver can call the patient using its dashboard. Likewise, patient can also call its caregiver from the dashboard, as you can see the call caregiver option below. So let's try that. Click on call caregiver button and you can see the dialog popping up. The patient is also provided with 4 memory-based games. So let's play some of them for a quick demo. Match the pictures. In this game, the patient will be prompted to match some of the pictures, and this will urge the patient on remembering the picture position if they have seen it already. Let's try one more game. Let's try match the words game now. This will also make the patient remember the position of a particular word if they have seen it somewhere on the board. Likewise, we have 2 more games which the patient can play, one of which is the crossword puzzle, where the patient will be provided with a hint, and he or she will be able to make a word with using that hint, and the patient can also play Sudoku game. I have demonstrated you about the entire project. So before signing out, let's read about what Alzheimer wants to tell us about it. So from the navigation menu, I am clicking on the About Alzheimer option, and here we can see that what Alzheimer wants to tell us about it. So we can read the sole purpose and targeted patient level of Alzheimer, which is of stage 3 to 4. The app is clearly not an alternative to any medical expert's consultation, but can surely help the patient and its caregiver in fighting against this disease to lead a managed and content life. With that, in the end, let's log out.